Hey there guys and gals, this is Gemini Gamer, and I'm coming to you with a brand new Let's Play of The Sims 3, specifically the Escape to Nowhere challenge. And what makes this challenge special is it is one that I've written, and it can be found on modthesims.com, and I will make sure to put a link to that in the comments below. Now, real quickly, this is my main character that you're seeing, and I'm working on her right now. Her name is Sage Matthews. I know Sage is looking pretty good right now. Believe me, you won't be seeing this dress for a while in this challenge. This is one of those challenges where you start out with nothing, and you build your way up. But it goes another notch beyond that. Not only are you going to start out with nothing, but you are going to start out with homeless. Literally homeless. As a matter of fact, our first house or home is a junkyard. So it's definitely a challenge. If that's not enough, we have 3 children. Sage has a teenage daughter named Jennifer, and a child, about 7-year-old boy named Aiden, and she also has a toddler named Connor. So, and I'm going to be uploading those into the game here shortly. I've already got them made. I'm just going to bring them in and do some tweaking and things like that. But you'll see me going through that while I'm going over the rules of this challenge. So as I said, this is a challenge that I wrote, and as well as many challenges that I've wrote. I've probably put about 10 of them on Mod The Sims. I think last count I had almost 50,000 views for all of my challenges combined. Now keep in mind, one of those challenges has 14,000 just by itself. So, sometimes I come up with some good stuff, and sometimes I come up with some okay stuff, but this one was pretty good. So, I'm not going to try to read the backstory to you because I used different names when I originally wrote this back in March of 2014. I've changed the names for this playthrough, and I've already tried once to read this and remember everybody's names and switch them out. Didn't really go that well. So I'm going to paraphrase. Essentially, this is a story about an abusive relationship, abusive marriage, and Sage basically escaped with her kids. It was a bad relationship, and her husband was not a nice person. And one day she just packed up and left. And is common with those type of scenarios, real world. He controlled everything. So they lived in a beautiful home, had a lovely, lovely life, at least from the outside. Children never lacked for anything. The only thing that they did lack for was peace and love in their home. So finally, rather than continue to subject her children to the abuse that was going on in that home, she just packed them up and took off. Now, nowhere to go, no money to speak of. That's where we begin this challenge. So right now we're going ahead and putting our character together, and while I'm doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the basic rules to you. I'm not going to read everything, because some of that we can cover as we go along, but I at least want to give you that foundation so that we can get started. And so this is actually kind of like an introductory video where you're going to get to see the characters, kind of get familiar with them a little bit, and get to know the rules of the challenge. And then next video we'll actually start some live play. So basically, for this challenge, Escape to Nowhere, the Ambitions expansion, I have all the expansions. I do not have any of the stuff packs. I just didn't see the value in spending that money. But I do have all the expansions, including Ambitions. It is highly recommended for this challenge. The reason why is because of the fact that this challenge relies on things like the junkyard and the firehouse as, places for you to live until you actually make up enough money to move into your first apartment. So if you don't have those expansions, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. Having late night is also very helpful because there's a big part of these first couple of houses, I don't even want to call them houses, were basically squatters. It's not really that much of an issue, but once you get to where you get your first apartment, she's gonna be working the bar essentially. There's gonna be like a dive bar nearby, and so we're gonna need some mixology, mixing drinks skill that she's gonna have to be working up. So she's starting out basically collecting junk and building her way up to, as we unlock new homes, we unlock new money making opportunities, and then we have a goal to reach before we can get to that next home. But let me go ahead and just continue on. Mods, none are required. However, I strongly recommend that if you have it, the homeschool mod, because you cannot send your kids to school initially. You don't have a official residence, and that will call well, if you real life, if you're living in a junkyard with 3 children and you try to send your kids to school without an address, somebody's going to call welfare. So to try to translate that over to the game, there's no going to school. However, she can homeschool them if you have that mod. For settings, seasons are set as normal, which are all 4 seasons, 7 days apiece if you have that expansion. Pets are not available at the challenge start, unless, just a second here, unless you want to say that you took the family dog or something with you. I don't recommend it. It's difficult enough as it is, although you can try that if you choose. As with all of my challenges, if there's something about it that you don't like, or something that's really just getting on your nerves, feel free to change the rules. As long as you're keeping the integrity of the challenge, I don't care. Thirdly, this challenge takes place over a 30-day period. Children don't age over this 30-day period. So 60-day period. Imagine if this were real life. Okay, you're not going to have your children go aging up in a week. So this is to try to give you that feel of real life. So I actually recommend turning aging off during this challenge. And I never usually do that, but for this challenge, I do recommend that. If you want to leave, for example, a 30-day for the young adult and 30-day for the adult, so that your parent sim will age up, that's fine. Or if you want to create a longer period of time, but really your teen should not age up to an adult until this challenge is over. You can have more children, and you may likely be forced to have more children because there is a daily roll, and if you like 1 to 20, and if you roll a 19 or a 20, you have to get pregnant. So we may end up with more kids, or we may not. And so that's the basic starting premises. Now the actual getting started section, number 1, create your family and cast. That's what we're doing right now. You can choose traits as you see fit, which is what we're going to do. And see, then after this is done, we're going to be selecting a lot. It doesn't matter what size. It's just more or less because the game requires it. We just have to have a lot to get started out with. We're not going to be living there. Once we have our lot, we'll be purchasing some starter items, and I'll be going over that once we get to that point. And then we'll be setting our starting funds at $500. We'll be going to the grocery store, and spending about half of that. The bookstore spending about another $150. So that by the time those two things are done, we're going to have about $100 left over. Maybe a little less. Okay, making money. Now, as I said before, as you advance from residence to residence, different money-making options are available. I've had people say to me, I'm living in the junkyard, can I paint? Can I do this or can I do that? If it doesn't say that, and it doesn't for the junkyard, then only the money-making options that are listed are available. That's it. You're not going to have access to all those things when you're living in a junkyard. Who sits in a junkyard and paints? Who can afford paints if you're living in a junkyard? That's the whole premise behind that. Babysitters, until we at least reach the apartment, we cannot have a babysitter. That's another reason why, a babysitter would go like, you're living in a junkyard with a toddler? What the hell is wrong with you? And they would report you. Marriage and children, like I said before, you can have more children. But however, right now, this family has been through a lot. They're essentially on the run from her crazy ex. So she's not looking for a relationship. Does that mean that you can't have one? No. But if you do have one, it should be towards the end of the challenge, not in the beginning. That would make things too easy. Like I said, there is random events every day, and I know some people have done this, and they've done it every other day. I'm going to do it every day just because I'm crazy like that. I'm going to roll on the random events table, and it could be anything from winning second prize in the cute baby contest, to getting pregnant, to every kid in the house getting sick. There's like a whole gambit of things there. Okay. The next section is called All About Family. In addition to just trying to survive, your adult sim wants to provide a traditional family environment for her children. This includes celebrating all holidays to the fullest. For example, if it's Spooky Day, we want all of our kids to do jack-o'-lanterns and go trick-or-treating. It could be, Christmas, you want to celebrate Christmas, even if it's meager. Also, during the week, we want to take the family out, at least once just for fun. Take them to the festival, or whatever you want to do. It could be a movie theater, whatever. You should also try celebrating Mother's Day. Now, my main character is a woman, so it would be Mother's Day. So, since Mother's Day is in the spring, and I will probably pick a day sometime towards the end of this week. I think it'll start us in the spring. So sometime at the end of the week, maybe on that Sunday or something. Okay, feeding the troops. Just paraphrasing this, it says, nothing is free in this challenge. If you click on the refrigerator and it shows you a price, that means you don't have the ingredients you need to prepare that dish. You should also not be using quick meals. Now, sometimes you can't help it. They just go and they get it and they eat it because you can't watch every single sim every single moment. That's okay. But try to avoid it if you can. But she has to prepare at least one home-cooked meal for her children a day. So if that means if you're in the junkyard, the fire station, or whatever, then that means you're going to be going to maybe to the park and grilling hot dogs or burgers or whatever you want to do. Okay, taking up residence. Okay, this is where the real rubber meets the road in this challenge. It's all about where you're living, because that totally dictates what you have access to, how you're going to be playing the game at that moment. Once we move on and accomplish the task to move to a better home, I will go in and read the descriptions at that point. I'll go ahead and read the junkyard. Excuse me. Okay, prerequisites for the junkyard. There are none. This is our first home. Description. I guess you really have hit the rock bottom of the junk heap. While shopping, you find an ad in that the local junkyard is offering a place to stay for anyone who will help clean up. The junkyard office will be your residence. There you can use sleeping bags. So for everybody, of course, the toddler will not be able to use a sleeping bag. There should be a small kitchen to prepare meals and a small table that seats 4. There should also be bathroom facilities. There should not be showers, however. No showers. You have to go elsewhere to shower. This is for let's see. So, for example, you could take them to a public pool or to the public gym and get everybody showered up once a day. You cannot purchase anything as far as furniture, so you will have to rely on the playpen, and that's one of the items that we're going to be bringing with us, to basically help with the baby's energy. So the baby will still get really tired though, so unless you're lucky enough for a crib to spawn outside in the junkyard, which I have never had that kind of luck, you're pretty much going to have to, at some point you're going to have to just put her down or him down and let him cry until he goes to sleep. Okay. In exchange for living here, you must keep the place clean inside and out as much as possible, including discarding ruined items that might spawn in. And then making money. The junkyard unlocks the following money-making options for you, keeping in mind that you can still do these things after you leave. Dumpster dive, a maximum of 2 times per day. Collecting and selling items, a maximum of 3 items per day. So like flowers, so forth, bugs. Scavenging for scrap metal, you can do that as much as you want. Okay, the next house after that is the fire station. In order to move to the fire station, we have to meet the prerequisite, and the prerequisite is that we must have been at the junkyard for at least 1 week, and we must have at least $2,000. The $2,000 is easy. The staying at the junkyard for a week is not. Okay, so I'm gonna essentially, the way that this challenge is won is by elevating through the different domiciles, and then until you buy your own nice home. How to lose the challenge. You will lose the challenges if at any point a social worker comes and takes any of your kids. This could happen because you're completely bankrupt and you can't afford to pay. Oh, by the way, there is a daily diaper fee per baby. So right now we're going to start with 1. So that means every day I need to go and spend $15 on something. And I'm telling you, I'm probably going to forget it. But if I forget it, then I'll buy something worth $30 the next day. I don't know. Well, we'll work it out. Okay. That is the challenge. As you can see, it's not that terribly difficult to do. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking very much forward to doing it with you guys. So right now we are finishing up Sage, and we're getting her outerwear done here. We've got some black boots and some nice jeans. As you can see through this whole process, I've been working on her clothing. She does not have the nicest of clothing. Essentially, they've escaped the house with the clothes on their back and not a whole heck of a lot more. You know, they each have got a nice outfit that they managed to take with them. Alright, so let's take a look at her attributes here or traits. We're going to get rid of these, and we'll go down here. Let me just kind of scroll through this list a little bit. This thing is scrolling kind of slow, but we'll get through it. Come on, thing. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Wow, I may have to actually cut out part of this for the other family members and just show you the finished product, since it's took this long just to finish Sage. I can't imagine how long it will take me to get everything done, but you will not have to sit through the whole thing, thankfully. So, I'm thinking that I definitely want her to be a natural cook. So let's see if I can scroll through here any faster than what I'm doing and find the natural cook. No, we're not going to do Lucky. She's definitely, I would not really call her Lucky. There's natural cook. We're also going to make her neat, so that when we do finally get that nicer house, she can just clean it up for us and not be a big deal. I'm going to make her nurturing so that she can, be a better mom to her kids. And let's see, 2 more to go. Oh yeah, so I'm making her a savvy sculptor, and not that that's going to come into play right now, but down the road, once I unlock the sculpting ability, then I'm going to be ready to go. And I have 1 more to go, so what will that be? Friendly maybe? Nah. Considered commitment issues. But that's mostly for people who just want to cheat, I think. It's more or less she doesn't want to be committed to anybody, period. We can go ahead and make her brave. I mean, it does take some bravery to do what she's doing. And then we'll make her the culinary librarian. That's probably a good choice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with culinary librarian. Go ahead and select that. And these are her favorite things. It's really not that big of a deal. I'll try randoming a few times here and see if I see anything I really like. Where the heck is Pop? Pop music, where are you? Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's not Pop. Come on. Oh, there it is, Pop. And we don't really want that. How about some spaghetti? Spaghetti looks good. And I've never used this before, but maybe I will just go ahead and type a little bio in there for her. Hold on just a second, guys. I need to take a drink. Alright. Just kind of type this in real quick. I don't even know what the benefit of this is, I guess. From a role-playing perspective. Flesh out the character a little bit. Doubt that I'll do this for everybody. So I hope you guys are excited for this challenge as I am to show it to you. And if you like the challenge, I encourage you to play it. And by all means, leave some comments and let me know what you thought. Or leave let me know if you're playing it, because I'd love to watch your video. Alright, I think this is good enough. And I'm a Gemini, so we'll just go ahead and make her a Gemini. And that's Sage. I think she's pretty. I like that purple scarf. I love that hair. Now, as you can probably have already guessed, I have a lot of custom content. That's why it takes my clothing so much time to load up. So let's go ahead and create her daughter. And that's going to be Jennifer. I've already got their names picked out. It takes so long. So slow. Oh, that's definitely not Jennifer. I have one that I started working on.
Babu.
It takes so long though with this custom content. I don't think I'm going to be finishing this one in front of you guys though. I'll at least show you the beginning of it, and then I'll cut out and come back in once the character is completed. Hey guys, welcome back. So I just got done working on Jennifer. As you can see, she's looking kind of spiffy. So I'll just go ahead and take you through some things here. Let's take a look at her fancy schmancy dress. As I said, I tried to get each one, at least the mother and the two children, the two older children, they left their house with at least one decent outfit. You know, they kind of had this one casual one. Well, this is going to be her decent outfit. So, and she looks pretty nice if I do say so myself. Okay, on down. I'll go ahead and show you her pajamas. I really like these pajamas. Especially the pants.
Rafia.
And I'll go ahead and, I'm not going to bother showing the other right now. But we'll just go ahead and go in here. I'll show you their traits. And she is artistic, avant-garde, a bookworm, a virtuoso, and an animal lover. She's going to be my little artsy girl. And I think we're going to just choose Master of the Arts, which is basically 10 in guitar and 10 in painting. Let's see, as far as her favorites go, that's her voice. Favorites are good enough. And she is a Leo, so we'll leave that the way it is. Alright, when I get back, I'll bring up the next one, Aiden. Hey guys, this is little Aiden Matthews. Does he remind you of anybody? He might. Harry Potter. So, yeah, it was actually in Harry Potter sim that I downloaded at one point. As you can see, they had him set up as a witch. So we'll need to make sure that we change that to human. And we're going to go ahead and leave him the way he is. He looks pretty cute with his little sweater vest and nice blue pants and shoes. But I think he looks like that young Harry Potter in the first movie, maybe. And then we'll go ahead and show you his formal wear. I think that's just the cutest little thing. It looks so old style for such a little kid. And his PJs.
Yabaga. Kazapaga.
And those are his little outerwear. Gloves look a little retarded, but oh well. For his skills, I think, or for his traits, I'm gonna go ahead and leave him with brave. And but I don't know that I wanna. Maybe we'll change this up just a little bit. Because he's just take out the supernatural fan. And we'll put in maybe athletic. Alright, that looks good. Those are his likes. Well, maybe we'll say he likes spaghetti or something. Or a hamburger. We'll just go with that one. And then he's going to be a Pisces. Alright guys, I will be back with little Connor, and then we'll be finally ready to get this family on the road. Hey guys, welcome back for our last member of the Matthews family. This is little Connor, and he's got red hair. I'm just finishing up on some of his clothing choices. So, but I wanted to go ahead and introduce you to him. He looks pretty good in his little hot dog shirt and his gray pants. So I think we can leave that. Oh, that's adorable too. I really don't mind that for a little bit of a more formal thing. Again, he's probably not going to be wearing it much, but oh well. Take a look at his PJs. As long as they're decent, that's all that matters to me. I'm sure it's all that matters to him too. Ah, he's wearing a diaper. I can live with that. And let's take a look at his outerwear. Ooh, that doesn't look very good on a boy. Maybe we better change this around just a touch. Connor seemed to like that idea. Let's go ahead and give him the little blue suit. Maybe put some booties, or better booties on him. Or some little snow boots. Those look perfect. See if I can maybe adjust him just a touch here, and then I think we're good to go. I like to put on the little blue and white cap. You have to unlock the padlock there so that it only does it on the outerwear, But I think that's absolutely adorable to put the little blue and white cap on him. He seems happy. Sometimes I like to go in and age them up just to see what they'll look like. I do know that once you bring them back down and age them back up again, they don't look the same, really. But sometimes I do like to just go in and pull them up as an adult. I mean, it's not like he's a knockout or anything, but I think we just need to fix it. Fixing his nose would go a long way. And that's good enough for now. We can always tweak him up a little bit once he grows up. And there he is. I think he's really looks good. By the way, we did give him the he had a friendly and slob, but you know what? Maybe we'll try randoming a few times. See what we end up getting. Just gotta take that out, and we'll put in. Oh, crap. I think that she is an adult. Damn. That means if she's an adult and I have to change her back down to teen, it's going to completely screw up her clothes. Damn. Yep, she's an adult. Damn.
Snar, kushla.
Wow. She looks fine in the face and everything, but it's just the clothes completely got botched. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and work on her. I'm going to get her straightened out here. And then we'll come back one last time to finish putting our family together. And then we'll call it quits on this video today. Alright, take care. Alright guys, welcome back for the last time. We finally got this thing done. I think I spent, Jesus, well over an hour working on it. So let's get our relationships done. Hopefully everything goes through without a hitch. And we can get this show on the road. Alright, that's our happy family, guys. Well, I look forward to getting this challenge started on the next video. Please do tune back in and join us and see how the Matthews family handles these difficult challenges that are heading their way.